Thank you, Anna, and welcome everyone. We're pleased you could join us for the annual general meeting of the Manufacturing Safety Alliance of BC. Today, I'm joining you from the Fraser Valley office of the Manufacturing Safety Alliance in BC, located in Chilliwack on the traditional and unceded territories of the Stolo Coast Salish people. I'm grateful for the opportunity to speak to you from these shared lands here this afternoon. It is now my pleasure to introduce our dedicated chair, Vince Skimana. I'd like to take a moment to invite him to the virtual podium. He will be chairing the Manufacturing Safety Alliance of BC AGM this afternoon. Welcome, Vince.
Thank you, Lisa, and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the 2023 annual general meeting of the Manufacturing Safety Alliance of BC. I hope you can hear me okay. The meeting is starting on time and commencing at 1:03 for the record. I'm also confirming, as mentioned in the AGM notice package, which all members received, that this meeting is being conducted as a virtual meeting as permitted by the BC Societies Act and the bylaws of the association. We will be immediately following the AGM, hold a short board of directors meeting. So, dear board of directors, please stay on the call. Maggie Mazurkovic will act as recording secretary for the meeting. The scrutineer of the meeting is Anna Rowinska. The BC Societies Act requires that members be given at least 14 days notice of any general meeting. The notice of this annual general meeting, attached information circular, and form proxy were mailed out on May 2nd. Therefore, proper notice of the meeting has been given. The quorum requirement for a general meeting of the members of the Alliance, also outlined in our bylaws, defines quorum to be 10% of eligible voting members. As of May 2nd, we had 68 eligible voting members. Therefore, quorum would be 7 members. We have 9 proxies, and I count enough members, and I believe, Anna, you're confirming that quorum is present.
Confirmed.
Thank you, Anna. With the requisite notice of the meeting having been given duly and quorum being present, the AGM is duly constituted, and we can now move forward with the relevant business. I know we've been through COVID and many of these meetings, but to vote, yes, you go at the bottom of the screen, there where you have reactions, and you raise your hand. If we could quickly all test this. Perfect. I think that that worked. Thank you. I should lower my hand as well. We can all lower it. Perfect. All are lowered. All right. The recording secretary will tally all the votes and will indicate whether a motion has been passed or rejected. So we'll get started with the election of directors. Can click the screen. The first item on the agenda is the election of 8 people to act as directors of the Alliance. 4 directors are seeking re-election for another term. 1 director seeking re-election has made a late withdrawal for personal reasons. 4 nominees are seeking election for their first term. The 8 nominees will join the 7 existing directors on the board whose term of office does not expire until next year's annual general meeting. Together, they will constitute a full slate of 15 directors. which exceeds by 1 the number of directors specified under the present bylaws. Our current bylaw says maximum 14 directors. An additional board member has been recruited to support effective succession planning and to maintain continuity of key directors' skills of the Alliance. Special resolutions are being proposed as part of the agenda to amend the bylaws to provide that number of directors shall not be less than 7, which will accommodate this change and make the process of electing directors more flexible in the coming years. I'm advised by the Nominations Committee that the following people have been nominated to act as directors of the Alliance. This recommendation of the Nominations Committee has been accepted by resolution of the directors. You have the candidates' information in your AGM prospectus. The candidates are Keith Driver, David Fagan, Darren Gibson, Ken Smith, Luana Carsano, Neil Hain, Ovidiu Motz, and Ian Young. The persons have consented to act as directors. It is proposed that they be elected for our standard 2-year term expiring at the 2026 AGM. The election of the 8 persons nominated by the Nominations Committee and approved by the directors will be conducted by a single vote. I'll now call for a motion by raised hand to approve the election of the 8 nominees as directors of the Alliance. Thank you, Andy. Will someone second the motion? Thank you, Monica. If you are in favor of the motion, please use the raise hand icon at the bottom of your screen. The votes have been tallied. Thank you. The affirmative has it, and the motion is adopted. The 8 nominees are elected as directors of the Alliance for a 2-year term. Congratulations, dear colleagues. Now we'll review the audited financial statements. So what we're reviewing today is the 2023 statements. Copies of the financial statements are available if you did not already obtain them. Are there any questions? Mark, I see your hand up, maybe left up from before. Checking my chat. All right, there being no questions, we will proceed. The financial statements for the fiscal year of the Alliance ending December 31st, 2023 were audited by our partner KPMG. KPMG has been contracted to act as auditor of the Alliance for a 5-year period commencing with last year's audit and expiring in December 2027. The members are accordingly being asked to pass a resolution ratifying and affirming the appointment of KPMG as the auditors of the Alliance for the current fiscal year ending December 31st of this year. Will someone please move that the motion to ratify and affirm the appointment of KPMG as the auditors for the Alliance for the current fiscal year of the Alliance be adopted? Thank you, Darren. Will someone second the motion? Thank you, Monica. It has been moved and seconded that the appointment of KPMG as the auditors of the Alliance for the current fiscal year of the Alliance be ratified and affirmed. Are there any questions or discussions? Thank you, Sean from KPMG, for joining today. There are no questions or discussions. We're now voting on the motion to ratify and affirm the appointment of KPMG as the auditors of the Alliance for the current fiscal year. If you are in favor of the motion, please use the raise hand. Guys, we're getting faster and faster. This is very good. Thank you. The votes have been tallied, the affirmative has it, and the motion is adopted. The appointment of KPMG as the auditors of the Alliance for the current fiscal year is ratified and affirmed. Thank you. I see one hand left up. Amit, you have a question? Great, thank you. Let's check in. Thank you. All right, special resolution of the bylaw and the 7.1 revision. So we now come to this special resolution on the agenda. If this special resolution is passed, the bylaws of the Alliance will be amended. The text of the special resolution can be found in the notice, and it's also here on your screen. Pursuant to bylaw 7.1, the current mandatory minimum of directors of the Alliance is 14. Management believes that it is in the best interest of the Alliance to reduce it to a minimum number of directors. It is unusual for a society such as the Alliance to have such a large board, given the scope of its business activities. It is felt that a smaller board will be more easily constituted. A smaller board will also be able to function more efficiently without detracting from the quality of its management of the affairs of the Alliance. Management accordingly recommends that bylaw 7.1 be amended to provide that the number of directors will be not less than 7. The number of directors may from time to time be more than 7. The actual number of directors will be determined by resolution of the members of the Alliance at each annual general meeting, immediately before they elect a particular slate of directors. The specific wording of bylaw 7.1 as so amended would be as reflected in the text of the proposed special resolution described below. I'll read through it. In order to approve the amendments of the bylaw 7.1 of the Alliance, the members of the Alliance are being asked to consider and, if deemed advisable, pass the following special resolution. A special resolution is defined in the Act as part of passing this at today's general meeting by at least 2/3 of the votes cast by voting members, whether cast in person or by proxy. If the special resolution set out below is duly passed by the members at the meeting, the resolution amendments of the bylaws will only become effective upon the online filing of the bylaws as so amended at the Registrar of Companies in Victoria. The proposed amendments of the bylaws will therefore not apply to the current meeting. The members must accordingly elect 14 directors at this meeting. The text of special resolution resolved as a special resolution that existing bylaw 7.1 be deleted and replaced with the following. The directors shall be elected by the members entitled to vote on the election of directors or appointed in accordance with Part 7. Subject to these bylaws, the number of directors shall not be less than 7, excluding the non-voting members of the board described in bylaw 7.5. I'll spare you me reading the remaining part, but just in short, the current bylaw says we have to have 14 directors. The new bylaw says we have to have at least 7 directors. For this, I will ask for someone to move that the special resolution to amend the bylaws of the Alliance as listed in the notice materials being adopted. Thank you, David. Will someone second the motion? Thank you, Ken. That was Ken S. Thank you. It has been moved and seconded that the proposed special resolution of the members of the Alliance amending the bylaws of the Alliance be adopted. Is there any discussion or questions? There being no further discussion, we're now voting on the motion to approve and adopt the special resolution. If you're in favor, please raise your hand. All right, we've already reached more than 2/3. The special resolution is passed. Thank you. The Alliance will now instruct its legal counsel to file certified copies of the special resolution with the Office of the Registrar of Companies in Victoria. The amendments of the bylaws of the Alliance will become effective when these filings are made. Now we're coming to the annual report. The annual report provides you with a detailed account of the Alliance accomplishments in 2023. The following video, premiered already at this morning's town hall, outlines some of this year's highlights.
There were some pretty close near misses I was involved in that basically sparked that drive for me to speak up when others didn't.
Safety is everyone's job. It doesn't necessarily have to be in your job title. It's part of what you do at work every day.
The flywheel is turning and we're seeing an incredible engagement from our industry. Companies that we're working with have 26% less injuries.
So the goal here is that through our outreach, through our education, through our training, through our consultative services, that constant reminder that safety is not just something you do when you have enough time or you have enough people. It's really something you do all the time.
Safety is important to me because people are the most valuable asset of any organization.
We've expanded our Make It Safe series. We want to continue to increase our training portfolio so that people can really see the breadth of the talent that we have, because we got a lot of employers we want to reach across this province.
Education is how we change cultures. We have continued to invest in new training programs to help provide more education around health and safety to our industry. We've not only developed health and safety training focused on physical health and safety, but psychological health and safety as well. One of our flagship programs is the Occupational Safety Standard of Excellence. We're a certifying partner for the core program. It is an invaluable program for industry that has demonstrated consistent health and safety performance results. Companies who are OC certified have a 30% lower injury compared to non-OC manufacturing members in British Columbia.
There is a real lack of safety professionals in the workplace. Employers are looking for somebody that they can bring in-house, and when they can't find them, they're looking for alternatives, and they find us here at the Alliance. A lot of independent members come to us now because we're a reliable source of credible safety personnel that can really solve their problems.
We've worked with the Ministry of Post-Secondary Education and Future Skills since 2016 under the Sector Labour Market Partnerships to standardize the health and safety practice for manufacturers here in British Columbia. Our goal now into the future is to ensure that we can successfully qualify and train health and safety practitioners consistently to that standard. SAFE 360 is a health and safety management system standard that is harmonized across all provinces and territories, including ISO 45001, which is an international health and safety management system standard.
MSCBC always there on day-to-day basis in helping me as a safety leader to run the toolbox, get updated information about any updated program, first aid program, Bill 41, any new trainings.
The Manufacturing Safety Alliance launched a subsidiary in 2023 called Safety MetaWorld. One of the challenges that we face in training and educating about health and safety is really understanding the consequence. The exciting part about Safety MetaWorld is that you can simulate these challenging circumstances without those devastating consequences.
I've had an overwhelming response from members around how they've really felt that the team just took that weight off their shoulders, gave them confidence that they could take it and do it themselves, but that they always had the support of the Alliance when they needed it the most. And that's really fun to see.
We have to make sure that we are part of the support mechanism for industry to be successful at building stronger, sustainable, thriving organizations. We will deliver that vision of bringing workers home to their families every day, healthy and safe.
Well done to the marketing team for this great video. Hope you all enjoyed it. I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge our two retiring directors, Mark Bunce and Michael Simone, for their years of service, leadership, and dedication not only to fostering a culture of safety in their own organizations, but also to guide the Alliance in meeting the needs to best support manufacturing safety in BC. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Mark. I would like to invite Lisa to say a few words.
Thank you, Vince. Yeah, I would really like to heartfully say thank you both to Mark Bunce and Michael Simone, who are retiring this year from the board. Your dedicated service to the work we're so passionate about is really appreciated. I'd like as well to recognize and thank our continuing directors. Together, your leadership works towards advancing the vision of the Alliance that aspires to create a culture that brings workers home healthy and safe every day. Mark and Michael, your time and leadership has been very much appreciated for being part of an organization that works to build a better place, not only for our teams, but our families, as well as our communities, both for today and many tomorrows. I hope that we'll see your leadership in other health and safety roles, not only in our province, but across the country and beyond. So thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Michael and Mark. This brings us to the end of our AGM. Sorry for being a bit on the dry side. Passing special resolutions is a bit time consuming. But is there any other business which we may discuss? There being no further business, I'll now request a motion by raised hand to terminate the meeting. All we do. Thank you. Will someone second the motion? Monica. Thank you. It has been moved and seconded that the meeting be concluded. Is there any further discussion? There being no further discussion, we're now voting on the motion to end the meeting at 1:31. May you raise your hand? Thank you. The motion is adopted. The Manufacturing Safety Alliance of BC Annual General Meeting is now officially terminated at 1:31. Thank you for your participation. I'm looking forward to seeing many of you at the gala event or at the next Make It Safe event. I'm going to ask the directors to stay on this link. And to everybody else, I wish a safe afternoon. Thank you.